Stand and do what God has called you to do. That's our example to follow. Let's do the thing that God has asked us to do. And by implication, we're allowed to call each other out when we do not do, or when the other person does not do what God has called them to do. So you're allowed to call me out. I'm allowed to call you out if we are not doing what God has called us to do. We're going to see Deborah, the prophetess, do that in our text today. So, just by way of review, the book of Judges, Israelites disobey God. They cry out to the Lord because God has given them into some sort of enemy. The Lord then delivers them through a judge, and then they end up being worse off after the deliverance. And so, chapter 4 begins, and the people of Israel again did what was evil in the sight of the Lord after Ehud died. That's the judge. That's the left-handed Benjaminite judge that killed Eglon, King Eglon. And so after that great victory, they again did what was evil in God's sight. And here's the pattern. Israel cried out to the Lord for help because Jabin is now coming in and attacking the Israelites. And he had some impressive uh, military power. He had 900 chariots of iron, and he oppressed the people of Israel cruelly for 20 years. So they're crying unto the Lord, and now he listens to them, and he gets this victory through Deborah, a prophetess, because apparently all the men are not doing anything about it. And as we're going to see, she's going to exhort and encourage the leader of the military to get to work doing what God has called them to do. So Deborah, a prophetess who is speaking on behalf of the Lord, was judging Israel at that time. So she used to sit under the palm of Deborah between Ramah and Bethel in the hill country of Ephraim. So we've now worked our way up to the middle and then to the north, because as we continue on with this story, we'll see that Zebulun and Naphtali are involved in this confrontation with Jabin and his general Sisera. So she sent and summoned Barak. So Barak is the leader of Israel's army, and he's just letting everything go on. He's not doing anything that he's supposed to do. And she says, "Has not the Lord, the God of Israel, commanded you? Go, gather your men at Mount Tabor, taking 10,000 from the people of Naphtali and the people of Zebulun. God has told you to go do this, and you've not done it yet. So go and do it. Because as you go do this, as you put yourself in battle array and put yourselves in battle formation, I will draw out Sisera, the general of Jabin's army, to meet you by the river with his chariots and his troops, and I will give him into your hand." So God's told you to do this. Why are you being a chicken? Why are you just hanging out, not doing what God has asked you to do? So you see, Deborah is challenging Barak for not doing what God has told him to do. But then Barak says, "I'm not going to go alone." He says, "If you go with me, I'll go. But if you will not go with me, I will not go. I am not going to do this alone. I know God has commanded me to do it, but I need you to help me." And she says, "I will surely go with you. Nevertheless, the road on which you are going will not lead to your glory. You are not doing this in the right way, Barak. You're not obeying the Lord with the instructions he has given you. And so therefore, you're not going to get any honor in this victory, for the Lord will sell Sisera into the hand of a woman." Now, as we're reading this, we're thinking, oh, he's going to deliver Sisera into the hand of Deborah, the prophetess, the judge at this time. But that's not actually what will happen. It'll be another lady that actually ends up killing this great general Sisera. And so Barak then, because Deborah was going with her, called out Zebulun and Naphtali to Kadesh, and 10,000 men went up at his heels, and Deborah went up with them. So let's be sure to challenge one another and encourage one another to do the very things that God has asked us to do. I pray that's been a blessing to you. I'll see you in the next video.